Atomic Habit is a game changer in the world of personal development. It's not just about making habits, it's about making them work for us. The core idea here is small changes, when compounded over time, lead to remarkable results. In his book, Clear emphasizes that success is not just about making radical changes overnight, it's about making small and consistent improvements. And that's what he calls atomic habits. These tiny shifts, just 1% every day, add up to a significant transformation. Now, let's rewind to the beginning of James Clear's journey, the roots of atomic habits. It all started on the last day of his sophomore year in high school, a day that brought a baseball bat and a face to face encounter that altered the course of James's life. The hit was a game changer, so strong that doctors put James in an induced coma to help him heal. Waking up from that induced sleep, James stepped into a new chapter, leaving behind the shadows of seizures. College life at Denison University welcomed James, not just as a student but also as a baseball player. Yet, before he swung any bats, he decided it was time to tidy up his own life habits. While his buddies were partying and gaming through the night, James took a different route. A clean dorm room and a decent sleep schedule became his secret weapons, resulting in acing most of his classes. As the days turned into months, James started realizing the perks of these small habits: clarity, control, discipline. These weren't just buzzwords. They were the everyday superheroes that helped him get back on track. There you have it, the humble beginning of Atomic Habits. Not a grand revelation, but a simple tale of a guy fixing his life little by little. Now let's start by introducing you to the four laws of behavior. According to James, these four laws are what shape our behaviors. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. These laws provide a roadmap for creating habits that stick and breaking those that don't. The first law, make it obvious, is about bringing awareness to our habits. It involves recognizing cues and triggers that prompt our behaviors. By making our desired habits more noticeable, we set the stage for success. Think of cues as triggers that initiate a habit. These can be specific times, locations, emotional state, or even actions that precede the habit. The more obvious and noticeable we make these cues, the easier it is to kickstart a habit. For instance, if you're aiming to develop a reading habit, consider putting a book on your bedside table or next to your favorite chair. Visible cue that prompts you to read at a specific time. Another powerful aspect of the first law is adjusting our environment to make these cues more obvious. It's about redesigning our spaces to encourage positive behaviors. If you're trying to eat healthier, consider putting a fruit at an eye level in your fridge, making the healthier option the obvious choice. Another technique is creating implementation intent. This one involves specifying when and where you will perform a particular behavior. It's a way of making the cue and the subsequent habit more obvious. An example could be, after I finish my morning coffee, I will take a brisk walk. Lastly, creating rituals around habits can make them more obvious. Rituals provide a structured context for initiation, making the cues clear and signaling the beginning of the habit. Now we move to the second law, which is make it attractive. This law is all about associating positive habits with something appealing. By creating a craving for our habits, we naturally become more drawn to them. It's like making the path for good habits irresistible. Consider this. If you're aiming to establish a habit of regular exercise, make it attractive by choosing activities you genuinely enjoy. Whether it's dancing, hiking, or playing a sport, selecting activities that bring you joy make the habit inherently attractive. Another strategy aligned with the second law is temptation bundling. This involves pairing a behavior you want to do with a behavior you need to do. For instance, if you love to listen to podcasts, reserve that for your workout section. By bundling an attractive activity with one you might be less enthusiastic about, you make the overall experience more enjoyable. Our social environment also plays a big role in making habits attractive. If you're looking to adopt healthier eating habits, surround yourself with a community that values and support those choices. The positive influence of your social circle can make the habit more appealing. Now let's talk about visualization. It's also a tool that can make habits more attractive. Envision the positive outcomes associated with your habits. Imagine the sense of accomplishment or the achievement of your long-term goals. This mental imagery can enhance the attractiveness of your chosen habits. So, as we explore the second law, remember that aligning habits with positive emotions and creating an appealing environment significantly increases the likelihood of success. The third law is called make it easy, and it's very crucial. Clear suggests that to build good habits, we need to reduce friction, simplify the process, break it down into easy steps, and make the path as smooth as possible for our desired behaviors. Consider this scenario. If you're aiming to develop a habit of daily meditation, make it easy by starting with a short duration, perhaps just 5 minutes. As the habit becomes more ingrained, You can gradually increase the time. Starting small removes barriers and make the habit more manageable. James introduces the 2-minute rule, a powerful concept aligned with make it easy. The idea is to break down habits into tasks. This not only removes the barrier of time, but also establishes the habit as quickly as you possibly need it to. Another strategy to make habits easy is automation. If possible, automate certain aspects of your routine. For instance, if your goal is to drink more water, set up reminders or use apps that encourage hydration. This way, the habit becomes a seamless part of your day. Remember, simplicity is the key. By reducing friction, simplifying the process, and making positive behaviors easy to initiate, we pave the way for consistent and lasting habits. Now let's transition to the fourth law. The fourth law, as we mentioned before, is called make it satisfying. This law acknowledges that by adding satisfying element to our habits, we create a positive association that reinforce our commitment to those behaviors. Consider this example. If you're working on a fitness routine, make the experience satisfying by acknowledging and celebrating small victories. Whether it's completing a challenging workout or achieving a personal best, the immediate reward becomes a powerful motivation. When we experience a positive outcome right after engaging in a behavior, our brains establishes a connection between the action and the reward. This connection reinforces the habit loop. Tracking your progress is another strategy aligned with the fourth law. Whether it's a habit tracking app, a journal, or a visual chart, seeing your advancement provides a tangible and a satisfying record of your journey. Engaging with accountability partners is a social aspect that makes habits satisfying. Sharing your successes with others and receiving encouragement not only adds satisfying elements, but also strengthen your commitment to your goals. Clear also introduces the concept of a habit contract, where you commit to a particular behavior and attach a specific reward or consequences. By incorporating a satisfying reward system, you create an added layer of motivation to stick with your habits. Remember, immediate rewards, positive reinforcement, and tracking progress all contribute to a satisfaction associated with your habits. Now, let's jump into the concept of identity and its role in habit formation. Clear argues that our habits are a reflection of our identity. He suggests that our habits are not just isolated behaviors, they are deeply tied to our sense of self. Building habits that align with the person we want to become is a key to lasting change. Consider this. If you're striving to develop a habit of a regular exercise, it's not merely about going to the gym. It's about adopting the identity of a person who values and prioritizes physical well-being. It's about becoming someone who identifies as a healthy and active individual. James also added the concept of identity-based habits, where the focus is on who we wish to become rather than what we want to achieve. By embodying the identity that aligns with our desired habits, we naturally gravitate towards behaviors that reinforce that identity. Let's take the example of adopting healthier eating habits. It's not just about following a diet, it's about adopting the identity of someone who nourishes their body with healthy food. When we see ourselves as someone who values nutritious choices, it becomes a guiding force for our behaviors. Shifting our mindset from I want to do this to I am this kind of person creates a powerful internal narrative. This shift of identity becomes a source of motivation. It's not a matter of forcing ourselves to do something, it's about being true to the person we aim to be. Even small changes in how we perceive ourselves can have a significant impact. If your goal is to read more, adopting the identity of a long life learner can make the habit more meaningful. It's not just about finishing a book. It's about being someone who values continuous growth through reading. The beauty of identity-based habits is that they lead to consistent behaviors. When our habits align with our identity, there is a natural coherence in our actions. It's not a daily struggle, it's an expression of who we are. Think about how adopting the identity of the person you aspire to be can transform your habits from mere actions to integral aspects of your being. Now, let's explore the concept of the 1% rule and what James meant by that. It is one of the standout ideas in Atomic Habits. Making small improvements constantly, just 1% each day, lead to remarkable results over time. It's about embracing the journey of continuous improvement. One remarkable real-life example comes from the world of cycling and the transformation of the British cycling team. Inspired by the director of the team, Dave Brailsford, Dave faced a monumental challenge. The team had been struggling for more than a century, and victories were elusive. However, Dave believed in the power of making marginal gains. tiny improvements in various aspects that, when combined, could lead to significant overall improvements. Dave meticulously examined every aspect of the cyclist's performance and started making small adjustments. It wasn't just about radical changes. It was about optimizing various elements by 1%. From the aerodynamics of the bikes to the nutrition of the athletes, no detail was too small to escape Dave's attention. The impact of these small changes became evident in the 2008 Olympic Games. The British cycling team, after years of struggling, emerged triumphant, winning a staggering 60% of the gold medals. It wasn't just about winning, it was a transformative move for the British cycling. And leading the charge was Bradley Wiggins, the first British cyclist to claim victory. Wiggins, with his historic win, became a living testament of the 1% rule. Success wasn't a result of a single effort, but rather the culmination of consistent incremental improvements in various aspects of his training, equipment, and mindset. As we absorb the lesson from the 1% rule, let's explore how habit stacking and optimizing our environment can further support our journey of continuous improvement. But before we do that, take a moment to reflect on the transformative impact of small changes, just like those that propelled the British cycling team to unprecedented success. Now, you might ask, what does James mean by habit stacking and environment? Clear introduces practical strategies like habit stacking and optimizing our environment. Habit stacking involves integrating new habits into existing routines, while creating a conducive environment makes positive behaviors more likely to occur. By leveraging the cues from the established habit, you make the initiation of new behavior more obvious. For example, after brushing your teeth, an existing habit, you could stack it with flossing, the new habit. It's not just about forming good habits. Atomic habits provide insights into breaking bad ones as well. Understanding the habit loop, which is cue, craving, response, and reward, gives us the tool to overcome negative behaviors. And there you have it, a detailed overview of atomic habits. This book is a treasure trove of wisdom, and I highly recommend grabbing a copy to explore the concepts in depth. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and let's continue this journey of growth together. If you have read the book, please comment and add points in the comment below. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive of Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, keep building those atomic habits for a better you. Peace out.